Angry at his love life and Hamas's attack on Israel on October 7th, Christopher Johnson, triggered by a pro-Palestinian protest at the legislature on December 3rd, 2023, began screaming and swearing out of his window of his car, calling protesters Hamas before swerving and accelerating his car towards a protester, missing them by seconds.
Whoa.
For his actions, Johnson was convicted of dangerous driving and assault with a weapon. Today, we learned this is the second instance where Johnson has used his car as a weapon. Within his lengthy criminal record is a conviction of assault with a weapon from 2013 that Crown argued today is very similar, where Johnson used his car as a weapon aiming to hit two men he was angry with, but instead hitting a woman, breaking her leg.
Buddy, you see what I did just there? Yeah.
In this incident, Crown says Johnson was motivated by anger, saying he was targeting the protesters based on their national or ethnic origin, something that has instilled fear into the victims, but also the wider Muslim community. Crown also noted since this incident, Johnson's violence has continued with a conviction of assault and obstruction of a police officer in 2025. They also highlighted Johnson's psychiatric assessment of moderate to high risk of committing a violent offense in the next 6 to 12 months. Crown says denunciation and deterrence is important in Johnson's sentencing, leading them to call for a 3.5 to 4 year prison sentence and 10-year driving ban. Johnson's defense has a drastically different outlook, calling instead for a conditional sentence of 2 years to be served through house arrest, then in the community with a 5-year driving ban. Johnson's defense argues that after years of denial, Johnson now has insight into his anger issues, substance use, and struggles with mental health, and is willing to now accept help. In a pre-sentence report, Johnson told his probation officer that prior to driving his car towards protesters, he went to a mosque and confronted a Pakistani family, telling them they needed to be saved by the God of Israel. The judge also brought up several racist statements Johnson made while testifying. Johnson did take the stand today to address the court. He apologized for his actions. The judge reserved his decision that sentencing will be delivered Thursday next week.